Alright, so the first car that we're beginning with is the Enos Windsor, which is gonna be based on Mat Armstrong's Rolls-Royce Wraith. But the wheels that I selected for this build were the True Fade Concaves. What you're gonna wanna do, sorry, is paint them in black. Just like Benny said, they do look pretty. Respray, so color that I specifically chose was the rolled steel. Now, there is some leeway on the silver because a lot of the silvers in GTA 5 are actually pretty similar. However, this is what looked the most similar to the actual car from the photos that I referenced, and obviously I'm gonna be using mods. Benny said this is the look. Benny's always coming in on point with the cues, but let's select that real quick and go to the secondary color, which I chose as matte black. Exactly, because it looks the most similar to forged carbon without actually using forged carbon, because there's no forged carbon on this car. But everything else, max it out. Suspension, you want this baby lowered. Transmission, gotta get it in. Turbos all the way up, and obviously it's a Rolls Royce. Nobody can see what we're doing inside, so black it out and exit. And that's it for the mandatory Rolls Royce race. Okay, so next is the Grotti Italy GTO, which is obviously based on Mat Armstrong's crash damaged Ferrari 812. Roof stays the same, front bumpers it stays the same, skirts stays the same. The only thing that you'd really want to change over here is if you want to add this side skirt, but it could stay stock too. The bumper is what you want to change at the back, and make sure that it's the secondary lip diffuser. Go back to the wheels. Wheels are the popular Marcy concaves, and those are right here. Select those and make sure that the wheel color is just give me a moment, one more second. There we go. Felter brown. Respray. This one's pretty easy. It's not what you would think it is because it's not the racing green, but rather it's the sea green. Make sure you select that and match your secondary color so that it's the same. Exhaust, what you're going to want to do is select the quad circle bore exhaust. Thank you. Mirrors stay the same. Hood, again, you want to make it the smooth hood, so vent remove. And that is Mat Armstrong's wrecked Ferrari 812 Superfast. Okay, third one coming up is the Benefactor Dubster, which is based on Mat Armstrong's Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. Roof, you could really add these if you want to make it as similar as it could be to the real one, because he does have the lights on the top due to the body kit, but it doesn't have the rest of the roof rack, so I skip that. Front bumpers, nothing that you want to do here. Respray, so this one's pretty easy. What we're gonna do is paint it metallic black and make sure that it's the same on the secondary. Exhaust, again, you don't have any side exits, so you can really do whatever you want to do here. Dual titanium, lower it because it doesn't lower it as much as it would IRL. Definitely want to shift. Make sure the turbo's in, and pure black. Out we go. So, the last option that we had left after Benny's was the wheels. What you're gonna wanna do is go to the track category, make sure that it's on track, and all you're gonna do is select the gravel traps. Select those, wheel color, make sure they're in black, and boom, you have Mat Armstrong's Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. Following up the dumpster, we got the Enos Jubilee based on Mat Armstrong's flooded, out of all things, Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Bumpers. So for the front bumper, all you're gonna want to change is make sure that it's on the rally bumper. Skirts, make sure that it's either on the street skirts or you could also do the sports skirts. I personally prefer the sports skirts, so there we go. And the rear bumper. The closest rear bumper is the racer bumper, so choose primary bumper. Wheels, so just like Mike is jamming out in the car, we're gonna choose out the concave racer. Really good wheel. And then we choose black colors, bulletproof the tires, and make it look as pretty as we can. So for the color, again, this guy really loves his black on SUVs, so yep, make sure that it's black. Secondary, you can black it out. Definitely was what I was looking for. And suspension, we're gonna want to lower it, definitely, or you could say the opposite. One time was okay, Benny cut me off, but that was the one time that he was wrong, and yeah, that's it. And there we have it. Mat Armstrong's Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Okay, so finishing off the triple black SUV collection is the Pegassi Taurus, based on Mat Armstrong's, or rather should I say Hannah's, Lamborghini Urus with a wide body kit. So we go straight to the bumpers, and oops, seems as though my Benz is kinda glitched, but all you want to really do is make sure that you have the carbon detail right here. So you got the carbon roof, spoiler, skirts, make sure that you get the carbon extended, and for the rear bumper, just make sure that you have the bolted carbon ducktail. Wheels, bulletproof them, and go straight to the street. So over here it kinda is debatable and it's kinda for preference. You can either go with the Mercy Concaves, or what I believe is the most similar is the Sugoi Concave. And what you're gonna do is paint those in black. Headlights, xenon, and respray. So respray, pretty simple. Anthracite black is the closest. You could go with black steel, but I believe anthracite black is way closer. Just for reference, let's do the black steel on this version. Make sure that the but the secondary color matches, and let's go straight to the exhaust. So for the exhaust, the only thing that you want to add is either the twin bore exhaust or the aluminum twin bore exhaust. What I'm going to choose is the aluminum because that's what looks closest to the real car. Grill, change it to carbon. Hood, we want a clean hood on this car. And liveries, no liveries. Spoilers, these are for the front. But what you're gonna select is the carbon custom diffuser. That's what it looks like. Suspension, Mat Armstrong lowered the heck out of this car. Make sure that it's in competition so that you're not scraping the ground. Transmission, max it out. Turbos, max it out. And the window tint, black it out. And that is it for the Lamborghini Urus with a wide body kit by Mat Armstrong. Next up, we got a classic here because this was crashed, then rebuilt, then crashed by Mat Armstrong himself, and rebuilt, the Pagasi Vaca, which is based on the Lamborghini Gallardo. So wheels, immediately, what we're gonna change is make them the concave races and keep them stock. That saves you some money for those who are still somehow starting out GTA Online right now. Wheels, sorry, no wheels, but the color. What we're gonna make sure we do is change it to racing green. Secondary color, everything else doesn't need to change. And the spoiler is the only other thing we need to change to the carbon wing. And lower the car. And that's pretty much it. I'm very happy. As we exit, you should be too, because that is Mat Armstrong's Lamborghini Gallardo. Coming up on the finish line here, but second to last car is the Fister Comatus 2, which is based on his Mansai GT3 RS interior. So these you can quickly go through them. You can do a carbon dash if you want. Seats, the seats that I personally selected were the carbon track seats. Steering wheel, stock. Trim, nothing changes. And the door cards to match the GT3 RS as close as possible. Carbon door cards. Plate, so remove the front plate first and foremost. Vanity plate. So what we're gonna do is select the GT splitter over here, because that is as close as we can get to the Mansai kit. And that's it for the plate. Chassis, so every GT3 RS has the street half cage. Looks pretty good. Roof, carbon roof. Front bumpers. So the front bumper that we're gonna select is all the way down here. Performance bumper in carbon. Skirts, all you're gonna want to choose is the carbon tuner skirts. And for the rear bumper as well, all you're gonna do is choose the primary rear diffuser. Once you're back out of that section, wheels, come to the street section, and what we're gonna choose is the synthetic Z concave.
Wheels in.
Respray. Perfect. So into respray, we go straight to the blues and we choose racing blue.
All dressed up.
Secondary color, we make sure that this is on race yellow. Perfect. Accent color, you can just match all the rest to. Give me a moment. The secondary color, and for the trim color, just paint it black. Exhaust, you can really put whatever exhaust you want here. I put the turbo exhaust too, hoping that it's loud enough, like Manny said. Fenders, not the over fenders, but rather the carbon front fender vents. That's a long one. Hood, all we want to choose is the carbon smooth hood. Livery, it's the white Comet S2 graphic. And for the wing, extreme performance wing. Suspension, drop it all the way to the floor. Make sure the transmission's in. Make sure the turbo's in. Make sure that she's all good. And now we have the Mansai GT3 RS. And last but not least, we got the legendary IRL and in-game Trofeo Dada based on the recently finished Bugatti Veyron. Respray, make sure that the color is rolled steel. And the secondary, another color in the photos and in the videos looks like it's a black, but it really is a midnight blue.
All dressed up.
So that's what we're gonna select right there. So last but not least, the wheels. Select the track category, and we're gonna choose the split stars. Boom, and there we have it. Mat Armstrong's Bugatti Veyron in GTA 5. Beautiful car. Hats off to bro.